Now, see, Life Fit lecture series is planning to have a series of lectures, okay, based on the needs of people like you. Not this one college alone. Lot of colleges. Whichever colleges I go, I find the people, most of the house agents are confused. I do not know whether I am right or wrong. What do you think?
Yes.
Very few people are saying yes.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
I am old, yeah, I cannot hear.
Yes.
That's all, you didn't have your food. Say resounding yes.
Yes.
Wow. Right? Okay. Now, who are all the people who are expected to share? A successful dental practitioner who is from a middle class background, who was a professor and presently is an entrepreneur who has created wealth. He is going to talk about money and how the dentist should be careful with money. How to earn it, how to save it and all those things. Somebody, you have gone through the book, doctor. I have not received the feedback yet. Okay. There is somebody who has written about financial planning for dentists. Dentist has limited working time, but money works 24/7. Hello? You know it, right? That is the person who is expected to come and share about creating wealth. Then there is a successful film editor and son of an tea estate owner who is going to say how to control your emotions. Like, this professor asked me a question, he is bugging me, he is always catching me, somehow he doesn't like me, right? Or why did you say this? Yeah, you are irritating me, right? Now this patient is saying like this. Have you seen people like that? Giving the key to somebody else to control your emotions. I got angry because this so and so did this. Okay, I used to be like that. When I used to take class, they are all supposed to be inside the class 5 minutes before the start. Okay, I used to make them stand here, right in front of the blackboard. I tell them, I am standing, what is the problem in you standing? Stand if you are coming late. Then I had to change. I had to understand, people know their own importance. Last year, or the year before last, ask that person, how did you do it? How many of you know there was an alumni of this college who got the seat in GDC, Chennai? And then that person stood first in last year's MDS exams. How many of you know that? See, if you want to, you can know, you can find out. Thing is, it is up to you. Don't expect somebody to come and then peel the banana and then cut it into small pieces like as if you are a baby and then feed you. No. Go ahead, find out. Okay? Because the process is not easy. There are two things. One is doubt, another is fear. Doubt is, oh, so and so can do it. In such a time they did it, but I cannot do it. Okay? That is one thing. Second thing which you will be having is fear of the unknown. Oh, nobody is doing it. If there are 10 people, I can go like that. Right? See, even for entering this class, people were hesitating outside. And she said, you were having a camera session. Man, we had a camera session because you are not there. So what is the cause and what is the effect? You must understand. Okay. I got hold of somebody whom I believe. I took that person as my role model and I took a lot of guidance from him. Okay, we call that person as a mentor. Mentor is somebody, see, somebody set some goal, right? Whatever is your goal, I want to do is become a research scholar. Select a person who has already achieved it. It's not a question of somebody who is talking theory. Somebody must have achieved it, or at least in the process of achieving it. That person may be able to help you. That person, see, when it is a question of mentor, he doesn't want to create a clone. He doesn't want to create an exact replica of himself. But he wants to help you become the best you. Take that whatever is inside you, he wants you to identify it, bring it out. I don't know what you are potential is. But I know one thing, everyone is bright. Your future, see, nothing in the world is free. Please remember that. If you want value, you will have to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, you don't get anything of value in that. I'm sorry, you may or may not agree with that. Okay? If you want something of value, you will have to pay for it. How many of you agree with that? Right? You may agree or you may not agree, but that is the reality. Why I asked you to put the money in that column? Something very simple. See, conducting something is not going to be inexpensive. Am I right? Am I right? There is a saying, you pay now and play later, or play now and pay later. Only two options. You can pay now and then play later. What does that mean? Gain the knowledge and then you can be enjoying later. So there is no such thing as a free lunch. Why did I ask this thing? Because this is an introductory lecture. Okay? We wanted to find out everybody will not be the same. Success is always a minority. Successful people is always a minority. You have heard about Pareto principle, 80-20 rule? Only 20% of the people will be really successful. What is the opposite of success? It is not failure. Opposite of success is not failure. Opposite of success is mediocrity. So, Life It series is not going to be free. Why we asked you about the amount you are willing to pay is, just because you have put some amount, we are not going to fix that. We will be calculating, because some beautiful person has written, I don't know, I was just glimpsing it, is dentistry a business? How many of you think dentistry is a business? Thank you, sir, you are right. You are 100% right. Unless you are thinking business itself is bad. Business itself is not bad, my friends. You have invested money in your education. You are going to invest money in your equipment. You are going to invest money in your establishment. You are going to invest money in your assistants. Then you are supposed to make money. It has to be profitable. If we are going to teach something and if we are not going to be profitable, that is stupidity. I am sorry. Am I right? Why this question was asked was something to know about the average affordability. How much they can afford. Your future is going to be bright. And last point which I wanted to tell you is, how many of you read books? Oh, books, oh God. 4 years we have been suffering with books. Now after house agency, no more books. Right? Hello? Many of you feel that, right? After reading all the big books, you felt irritated with books. Am I right? Thank you, sir. Thank you. 80% of the people in one survey, they said they don't like reading books. But I have news for you. Whether you like it or not, you will have to read books. You will be compelled to read books. But today, I am not talking about that type of books. This is an entirely different categories. And I don't know whether you have seen any of these books. Maybe some of you have. But this is like some real treasures. Okay? You may not agree with me. You need not agree with me. Right? Some of them, these books are phenomenal books. Some of them were written 80, 90 years ago. This book, for example, Road to Success, was written maybe 90 years or so. Before, 90 years before. Right? But the truth in that is still valid. Now, I am just exposing this to you. You may agree, you may not agree. But this is what Charlie tremendous Jones said. What you are going to be 5 years, right? Amazing. These are all, remember, these are all thoughts of somebody else. Somebody who is more successful. Follow your heart. Be happy in your life. What is it you want to do in your life? You decide, friends. Nobody else can tell you. A guide to smart living. Don't think, okay, give me a list of all these things. Let me note it down. Forget it. That is not the thing. If somebody like my good friend who said, I don't like reading books, I will not suggest him to read a Gundu book like this. I will ask him to start with something small. Something like, there is a book called Skill with People. See, how many of you believe your success is going to be linked to your relationship with people? How many of you really believe it? Please, can I see a show of hands? How many of you believe that your success is going to depend on your relationship with others? Some of you don't believe so. Thank you. Thank you very much. You have been a nice, those who have completed the feedback form, you can give it and then leave. If there are no questions. You have been a beautiful audience. No arrow throwing. Those who have finished, you can give it and leave if you are not having it. Right?